Yeah, I'll take it up when we get started. Oh, good morning. We thank you for tuning in this morning as we have our contemporary conversation instead of our Sunday school snapshot. It is fourth Sunday, which means we're celebrating our youth, but this is a very special fourth Sunday because it is our back to school Sunlight Learning Center Sunday. So I have a few of our youth here with us today to have a conversation with me about back to school and getting ready to go back to school. I think y'all started this week, right? Started this week. All right. So first of all, I'll give us a little prayer and then we'll pass the mic around. I want you guys to give us your name and your age and where you go to school. And then I'll pose the first question. That sound good? All right. God, we just thank you for this time together. God, we are always thankful for an opportunity to sit with and hear from our youth. We ask that you meet us in this moment, that we learn from this moment, we gain something from this moment, and we open our hearts and minds to be more open to what our youth have to say, because they are our future, and we want to find the best ways that we can support them moving forward. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Amen. I'm going to start to my left.
My name is Keyshawn Stores. I'm 16 and I represent Hanover High School.
My name is Jalea Ball. I am 12 years old and I go to Bell Creek Middle School.
My name is Daniel Urquhart. I'm 16 years old and I go to Hanover High School.
You can hold it, Jalea. I'm going to ask you the first question. I want all you three of you to answer, but I'll start with Jalea. What are you excited about when it's time to go back to school?
What I'm excited about is to see my friends, teachers that I remember, and all the fun events that are coming up. That's what I'm really excited about.
All right. Are you in a new school this year or the same?
Pardon?
Are you in a new school or are you in the same school you were in last year?
I'm in the same school.
Okay, awesome. Daniel, same question.
The food. That's the only reason why I'm there. I really like the food there. Glad to see my friends, but some of them get on my nerves.
Thank you for your honesty, Daniel, always.
What I'm most excited for is to see my new teachers, see what it's having planned for us for the school year, and trying and having fun as much as I can.
Right. On the flip side, what are some of the things that give you anxiety about going back to school?
The thing that gives me anxiety is when I have to deal with bullies and peer pressure. Every time I come around people, they gonna peer, peer pressure me into doing something I don't want to do, and which I don't want to do at all. Because if I do, it's gonna harm me or hurt or harm somebody else in their life.
The test,
All of them or just standardized tests?
all of them.
Okay, Daniel.
Mainly the teachers and the food.
The food gives you anxiety?
Yes.
I thought you...
They could be making those points in the trash.
So, as your youth pastor, I've just stepped into this role a few months ago. So this is my first time going back to school with y'all. How could I show up for you? How could I support you in the things that give you anxiety through this school year? It's gonna come to you regardless. Daniel, we'll start with you. You haven't gone first yet.
Mainly what you always do, preaching. The preaches do bring off a lot of anxiety and how the world works, and mainly to worry about what's happening now instead of what's happening in the future, mainly.
Thanks.
I agree with Daniel because every time when you preach, you ate.
Why do you use the past tense? You eat. Oh my God.
Every now it helps me. It helps to help us get rid of my anxiety. Most of the time, I just I just want you like that to show up anytime you need, because when I need help, I need somebody to like comfort me sometimes. When trying to go when I have a hard time dealing with something, and sometimes.
So I'll take it back to a more positive one before we get to the serious ones again. What subjects do y'all like in school? Everybody just heavy side. I was a reader and I liked history. Now you can keep math far away from me. Far. Are you good at math? Why are you looking at me like that? You don't like school at all?
So my favorite subjects today in my school is band, yearbook, theater arts, science, and history.
What instrument do you play?
Drums.
Amen. I did clarinet in high school.
I only have one favorite subject, and it will always be one. I don't know if you guys heard of this one, but it's teen living.
Oh yeah.
Can you explain it?
So teen living is like when you sew and cook. I haven't started yet, but what I really came for was cooking because my mom is a chef, and I want to know the skills that she does, how she does it, and why.
I think you got to deal with the baby in that class. I was in
Yeah.
that class.
And
last
the
year.
annoying kids too. Live one.
My favorite subject would be English and biology. I was good at math, but this math, I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't.
What math is it?
Geometry,
Oh, well, that's
adding shapes. Don't know what that does.
that's not of Christ, so I
Are you doing algebra
understand.
as well? How's letters?
How's letters?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think about algebra?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it.
If you could rate algebra 1 out of 10, what would it be for the both of you?
Negative
One.
one.
I'm gonna say 1 being the worst or 10 being the best.
0 is an option.
Algebra's not bad. It's algebra 2.
Okay, I keep that too.
I'm not doing that super yet.
So what kind of math are you in right now?
We didn't start yet. We're starting with the like order of operations. We're just going back to what we did from 6th grade.
Okay. I don't know what y'all do out here in Virginia. I'm very different. So, how are you guys managing school life with your social life? How are you guys balancing that to where one doesn't get out of sync, or as you create a social life, school doesn't take a hit?
I'm gonna hate when I say this. About the social, I think to me it's the thing that all students hate, the new phone policy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like trying to get us to socialize more, which I hate very much because my phone is my life. And I think that's trying to get us to like get our brains off the screen and like try to make friends, because ever since that we've been on phones, we're starting to like be more distant from each other, even though we meet friends online.
But do you meet friends from school online?
Yeah.
Do y'all connect in person after that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is a no phone policy more so when you're in the building and in class?
Yeah, but the thing that triggers me the most is that you're not allowed to have them at lunch either.
Oh, wow. So all day.
Yeah.
But only for like for Bell Creek, we're allowed to have them like at 3:45 because that's when the bell rings for the end of our block. So we're allowed to have them out at that time, and we're also allowed to have them on the bus.
How do they enforce that rule? They take them in during the day?
Yeah.
Well, no, they let us keep them in our backpack, but if they see it once, they take them.
Or if you hear them at all, they want to take them away, call your parents, and let them take it away from you, and then possibly get suspended.
Or ISS.
Or ISS, yeah. Or lunch detention.
Oh.
Or Saturday detention.
Yeah.
Which is new.
Yeah.
Wait, they have those weekend like those weekend suspensions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the best weekend?
Yeah.
Well, put your phone away. I think Daniel was going to answer next.
Well, mainly the stuff that I have is agreeing with Jalea, because I've heard that they were going to do like this pouch thing where they grab your phone. Well, you take your phones and you put it in the pouch, but as what I'm hearing from other kids, that if you put your phone in there, it's going to mess up your phone since it has a magnet.
Oh yeah.
And mainly, obviously, I would not do that at all because I'm not trying to break my phone. I already broke too many. And mainly socializing. Even if you socialize, the kids are still the same.
Yeah.
They're rude, obnoxious, and they
Yeah, they don't care.
don't know how to close their mouth sometimes. But still,
Daniel is strict. Daniel wants peace when he goes to school.
Yeah, I agree with Julia. Like the phone policy is kind of messed up because like if there's something happens around at school and you need to call your parent if you need to have fast communication, you should have your phone on you at all times. But I know that like students need to focus more on their education than being on their phones. But I see how that would help. But at the same time, it won't be as good as as I think it would be because like if one of them gets injured and has to get sent to the hospital and they call parents, they do not know what to do if something else happens and they can't get through to them.
So from what I'm hearing, there are pros and cons to the no phone rule. And there are more cons according to Jalea. So I've seen the conversation. I'm a millennial. I don't have children except you guys, but some of my friends do. And there's a lot of up and down about how they feel about their phones. Some people do think in a time where there's more violence on school campuses that we should have phones next to them. And then there are others who are very strict, like just put the phones away. But I didn't think about the social aspect of making sure you guys actually make friends while you're at school, even though you can do it online these days.
Yeah, which ain't that good to do.
Friends online and then friends that you actually go to school with online.
Yeah, because you never know because like some of these people you meet online, you never know because they might have been be older than you and you didn't even know, and it's saying like line about their age, then that's gonna lead to a whole another thing, which might not be the good thing to happen. So I feel like sometimes make sure you know the person before you start talking to them because if you don't know them, it's going to be a whole lot of drama going around.
So,
see, I didn't really need to have that problem because mainly I already have like 2 or 3 friends online that don't go to this state in Virginia or that like don't live in a state around me. Well, I don't know if Georgia counts as a state around me because one of them lives in Texas and the other one lives in Georgia. I love them too. Them two are funny, even though they're as annoying as my sister. But still, that's mainly the reason why. I've had times where I've seen people way older than me by like 32 or 44 and like socializing games. And I wouldn't say I was friends with them. I kept my distance because I don't know what they do. I really don't know how they act. I've mainly been like friends with people that are like under my age and over my age. It's like up and down because half of them could be 17, 18, 19, and the other ones could be 15 or 14. The 13s I don't really know about or count.
so speaking of phones and being online, I have to ask this as an adult. How are we keeping ourselves safe? Like, how are we vetting the people that we talk to online? And then a second question, are we being open with our parents and guardians about the people that we meet online so they can also protect us?
I mean, like you should always tell to your parents if you're uncomfortable talking on the phone, talking to somebody that you don't know, and you feel so uncomfortable that you feel like something's gonna happen to you, and you should just let your parents know and and call the police and see what they can do to help you out instead of just handling it on your own and you start going to meet them somewhere but where there's nobody around to help you at all. So I feel like your parents should know who you're talking to most of the time to help you out in some situations like that.
How will you keep it safe? Okay. Daniel, you seem more active online, so it's a good one for you.
So how I keep my safety online is mainly some people, if they have it, they have like these bios that they have, and I check what those bios say, like name, age. Sometimes they have their age, sometimes they don't. Um, for some odd reason, their cash apps. We don't talk about that. If they don't have their age or if they don't have a bio at all, I try to check their voice mainly and how they act. Mainly if they start screaming, yelling, that's what I do most of the time. They would be my age or maybe a little bit younger, 14, 15. Or if they're like quiet or in the corner of the room, they're mainly like they're in their older ages because for some odd reason, older people love to look at mirrors in that game that I play and they just love to stare at themselves. I do that half the time, but still. And that's mainly how I keep myself safe on that game.
When you say old, how old? Because I'm feeling offended. Just a little bit. What? That's a serious question. Okay, I'll I'll turn it back to school. How do you all manage stress throughout the school year?
I go to my counselor and they got this calming room that a lot of people go into and relieve all their stress because they let you cry if you need to cry or if you need to use like a stress ball or then you meditate, they will let you do that in this room by yourself. And if you need someone to comfort you, you can ask one of your counselors to come in there and talk to you if you need help with it.
I know you know. I know you got some techniques.
I have millions that I can't even say. But I'm also going to go with Keyshawn. Counselors are really good, and I want to grow up and be a counselor myself, a suicide counselor at that. So I can, because you guys know about the 988 suicide helpline, and I was thinking I could be a part of that.
You could.
Because I know self-harm, suicide, some people also think about that during school because of the stress, the strict people, the bullies, all of that stuff. So I was thinking that maybe when I grow up, I could do something like that and help other people because I have been through the same thing as well.
Mainly the things that was calming my stress down, I mainly kept it to myself half the time in the past years, like through 7th grade through 9th. I kept it to myself. But 10th grade, the main people that have been helping me the most was family because obviously they let me get out more and help me a lot with things that I don't really want to talk about, but just are not good. Just not great at all.
Okay, I don't want to get nobody in trouble at home, but how can our parents and guardians and those who take care of us, how can they show us support at home during the school year? Don't say nothing crazy. I'm not getting in trouble for you. Keep it cute.
You always will. You always will.
Keep it
You always
cute.
will. You can't escape.
He's sitting right there.
I love you. Anyway. Parents are always there to support you no matter in what stress that you're in. That they care about you and you're kind of like an addiction. Yeah. And you always will be.
Yes.
As a person who lives with my grandparents, I am spoiled very much that I have to tell him to stop. Yeah, I see you looking ashamed of yourself. Yeah, look at you.
Shalia, please.
I love everybody here, and I think that I should put my parents first because my grandparents are very old people and they're starting to grow. Oh my God, was that a fly?
It's just a fly.
I'm
Why are
scared
you
of those.
calling them old?
And
How can they support you throughout the school year?
if when they care for me, I care for them back. They treat me how they want to be treated. Sometimes we have things that don't go a lot because I'm a very spoiled child, and they help me a lot through things, including on my schoolwork and my homework because I'm very stressed about it, and I'm like a very hardworking student. So they help me a lot when I need it.
Daniel, how can your family support you throughout the school year?
Mainly by confronting me about things. If I don't look right, they'll say, "Oh, are you okay?" or other things. like, oh, you need help with schoolwork, as what they already do. Mainly, it's mainly those things for me. It's like asking if I'm okay for things, if I've done my homework. Now, I'll get on that when I can. Last year, I would say, "Oh yeah," and just kind of walk away about it and never talk about it ever again. And yeah, that's mainly been helping me with my stress for right now.
Keyshawn, same to you.
I like when they come to support me at my concerts I have at school, or basketball games I play at my school. I will, or help me with my homework, or help me help me study for some like quiz or tests, and that's mostly it. Yeah. So
How can, outside of me, because I already asked, how can the family here at First Shiloh show up and support you all throughout the school year? Mm. Who got it? Is this the time?
show me like if they can help me out with like some people that are like messing with me when at school, or letting me help me out with like some of my schoolwork I need help with, or like studying. I would like them to help me with that if they can.
Okay. I can't help you with math. I'm so sorry. I will support you in anything else but math.
I think that they are really supportive and they always make my day. Every time when I come to First Shiloh, Moody and all after First Shiloh, when people greet me, say I look beautiful, it makes my day.
I look beautiful. Jesus.
It makes my day. I love singing for you guys. I love doing that. It's like a job for me and I love doing it.
It's a job.
Yeah, it is.
Or a passion?
It's a job too.
Okay. All right.
Mainly, the doing what the church does best is praising the Lord, obviously.
Shondo.
If people can help you with other stuff like subjects, like if one person knows history, go to that person, because they could help you a lot and you would know a way more if they knew a lot more than your teacher does. And yeah, that wait, one more thing. The things that I'm saying, please don't start targeting me when I get home. I know it's either you or there's somebody else that's going to. Anyway.
Okay, yes.
Or something like help me out with like math, or show up for any of my concerts or games. I would be appreciative of that, because I feel like kind of like happy when and see people that I really love, that's around me and everything like that. So
Okay. That's a good one. Oh, this is important since we're talking about church. How do you take God with you every day at school? How does God show up in your life at school? I'm scared.
You scared of me?
I am.
You're not supposed to be.
Mm.
I pray to God every time before I go to school, when I step in that bus, when I come out from school. I'm always so nervous to go because I'm nervous about how things will go, how people will be towards me, how teachers will be towards me. And I'm like, am I a terrible person? So I just pray to God, pray with my grandma, and I pray like right now that I do good because I'm going to be worshiping today, and I'm very nervous about it.
I don't know why. You're a natural.
I ain't natural at everything.
What was the question again?
I know. How do you take God with you every day to school?
Mainly by looking at letters that my past letters that my grandparents have sent me. And mainly looking at those. And sometimes when I draw, I get like imagination and see a little Jesus walking around my sketchbook. It's kind of funny. I've told that at Vacation Bible School, and I still see it. Sometimes I imagine he's there. Sometimes he is there. never know. He's always watching.
Yes,
So.
Deshaun?
When I'm like on the bus, I pray that like nobody will try to hurt me or try to think of me in some other ways that I'm not, or when I'm feeling down, I can just pray to God that He will help me wherever I'm going, what's are going through me to help me out with it.
Right. We're almost wrapping up. We got like a minute and a half left. Is there anything that you guys want to add that maybe I didn't touch on, or any final thoughts?
Sometimes don't let people peer pressure you into things you don't want to do, because if you do, you might end up hurting your own self, and then hurting your own family if you try to hurt your own self, and it's gonna put more heartbreak into your family if you're trying to do something to your own self that you should not be doing to you.
So take care of yourselves this year. Jalea, any final thoughts? Daniel, you're a wise one.
Open up a little bit more to your parents, even if sometimes you don't like them, or you think, oh, they don't like me at all. They don't. You don't know what they're thinking. And to the parents, you can't read people's minds, just like kids can't read their parents' minds, and parents can't read the kids' minds. So if people open up more, the parents open up more to the kids if they want to. And if the kids open up more to the parents, they might have a greater bond with some people. I've had friends that obviously don't like their parents or despise their parents in other ways. And yeah, I used to have that, but I don't really care about them that much anymore because it's their life, not mine.
Well, thank you, Daniel. Yes, I think we should all communicate a little bit more. So here at First Shiloh, I hope that you guys are open to opening up to us more, and that we're opening up to y'all, but also that we're receptive to what you have to say. That's the most important. You have a different voice, a different perspective, and we need to be open to it, or we can't help you guys move forward. So I want to thank y'all today for joining me again. It was a fun conversation, as always. This is what I miss about Bible study. So thank y'all. We'll get ready for 9:59 worship service. Amen.